chaotic world, where can I find meaning? In a confusing world, where can I find guidance? In a broken world, where can I find liberation? And fourthly, in a lonely world, where can I find love? Very interesting. 25% of Australians now live in single-person households. The single-person household in Australia is now the most common and the fastest growing sector of housing in Australia. Now, that doesn't mean that the 2 million people living in single-person households are all lonely, but many of them are. The only mail they're getting is junk mail. The only email in their inbox is spam. The only phone calls they're getting are from telemarketers. And that's why they're walking down the street to consult fortune tellers. Of course, you don't have to live alone to be lonely. I think there was a piece of research done a few years ago that said the average Australian couple spends, what do you think, 40 minutes a day talking, 30 minutes a day talking, 20 minutes a day talking? Turned out to be 12 minutes a day talking. And Hugh Mackay made the point that that doesn't necessarily mean 12 minutes in a row. It could actually be a minute here, minute there, 5 minutes here, 3 minutes there, and that's it. And so as our homes have become more and more lonely, we're searching for love in other ways. How about the rise of social networking over the last 4 years? How many of you, put your hand up, have a Facebook account? Any cool people here that are on Twitter? A few people that are on Twitter? Yep, okay. MySpace is probably a little bit young for this crowd. It's dying anyway. Yeah, cool, man, cool, word. I know the lingo. I could talk to your students and then they go, yeah, right. Social networking sites. Have you seen the way that has exploded? Just over the last 3 or 4 years, is it now 450 million users of Facebook? The actual population is bigger than the largest country in the world, the United States. And so here we are. We're not spending very much time talking to our spouses, 12 minutes a day, but then we're jumping online and we're spending, 2 hours checking up on Facebook? Maybe we don't talk to anybody when we're on the train on the way to work, but we are twittering away. I knew that social media and technology was becoming a problem in my family when I sat across the dinner table from my uncle and I got this text message from him saying, please pass the wine. Social media can actually make us less sociable. It can also make relationships really, really, really complex. There was a story that came out a few months ago and it talked about how a woman had divorced her husband because she had found his computer game character cheating on her computer game character. They were members of that online game Second Life. You heard about Second Life where you take on an alter ego? And so she found his computer animated character cuddling another computer animated character on an animated sofa, and they're saying it's the first known case of virtual adultery. Then there's sexting, which I'm still trying to get my head around. Some of the researchers and some of the experts in this field are saying girls as young as 12 are doing this sexting thing. And I ask you, where does a 12-year-old girl get the idea of taking explicit pictures of herself and emailing them to the boy down the road? We could spend a whole night on that, couldn't we? The human being is somehow innately wired for relationship. Research has been done on isolation. Put somebody in a room and isolate them, and for the first few hours it's okay. For the first day it's starting to get uncomfortable. Second day, people are starting to actually get stressed. The third day they're getting anxious. By the fourth day they're depressed. As time goes on, their actual cell structures start to decay. They prematurely age. We have been built to be in relationship with other people. And like flowers without sunlight, when we don't have that relationship, something starts to decay and break down inside of us. The longing for relationship is so natural. We believe it's God-given. But the way we actually try and seek out those ways of fulfilling that desire for relationship is what often leaves us empty and unfulfilled. So no wonder young girls are trying to get the attention of young boys. And no wonder even virtual adultery breaks our hearts. No wonder. We're asking that question. In a lonely world, where can I find love? Where can I find somebody who will stick by me and stay with me through thick and thin, no matter what, who listen to me for more than 12 minutes a day? In a lonely world, where can I find love? Do you hear a whisper? Do you hear a voice of one who says, I have loved you with an everlasting love. Come to me, come to me.